What's up, guys? In this video we're going to be looking at the top stocks and penny stocks. We're going to talk about exactly Workhorse stock, if they actually secured the $6 billion USPS contract. What are the other three companies that are competing for this exact contract to win for the $6 billion USPS contract, guys? We're also going to be talking about exactly if Workhorse stock actually at this price point that it's currently at, is it a buy or is it a great opportunity to sell off and lock in the profits, or even add more shares and with anticipation of a great news that can potentially come out pretty soon? I'm also going to be going over penny stock Ayro. A lot of you guys have been asking me about this specific company. This is also an electric vehicle company, guys. We're going to go in detail exactly if this company is a buy or not, guys. I made a video in detail about it, but I'm just going to walk you through, guys, exactly if this company is still a solid buy or not, guys. So make sure you stay tuned, guys. I'm going to go in all of this information in detail. Now let's get right into the video. Alright, guys, so before we get into the video, make sure you smash the like button. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. If you have any questions or any comments, make sure you drop it in the comment section below, guys. So we're going to be talking about exactly Workhorse stock, and they're actually been on the news. This stock has been spiking a lot to the upside, mainly due to because this is an electric vehicle company that has a potential to win a $6 billion contract with USPS that they are trying to change their fleet. So they're actually, the bidding war, the bidding actually ended in July 14. Now we just have to wait exactly the time to figure out exactly who actually won the contract. So there's speculation that people are saying that these companies might actually share the contract, but there are really positive things that came out that skewed the probability of Workhorse actually getting the deal. So let's look at exactly what are the other companies that they're actually bidding and trying to get the exact contract. So one of the companies is a Turkey-based Karsan, which makes commercial electric vehicle team with longtime USPS supplier Morgan Austin. The team has offered a plug-in hybrid engine option for the new mail truck. So as you can see over here, they actually build school buses, and they actually applied a few times ago to actually win to have their taxi in New York, but that actually did not work out. But as you can see over here, they actually manufacture different vehicles that are electric and that kind of hybrid, and also electric motors. So that is really good, when you can see this company is also Turkish. So that's actually, it's one of the downside of it is like people want to give this opportunity to an American company, especially the government are actually more skewed to kind of give this contract to an American company. So that's one of the downsides of this company bidding. But however, you can see the product over here, they kind of actually look, they're not that bad, and a lot of people are saying that they're actually pretty bad. But as you can see over here, they have a taxi over here, New York taxi, and they have, this is like where they make their vehicles. And this is actually a pretty good vehicle. The buses are actually look pretty good. If you actually do more research on it, their buses actually look pretty nice and pretty chill, guys. So now let's look at exactly what are the other companies that are involved in the bidding war. So the second company is Mahindra Automotive North America, is another that's offering a gasoline or mid-hybrid powertrain option according to the government filings. As you can see over here from their site, so this company is an Indian company, but they have a branch in the US. Mahindra Automotive North America is fast becoming a beacon for the design and engineering of rigged 21st century vehicles, guys. So this is kind of the vehicles that they kind of produce. And as I mentioned, this is like an Indian company, but they have a branches over here, and they're kind of partnering up with other companies in the US, to kind of get the deal right up and going, so that's really cool. And the third company is also going to be Workhorse. Of course, we talked about this company. And the fourth is specifically a truck and military vehicle maker, Oshkosh Corp of Oshkosh Risk, and Ford Motor Corporated of Dearborn, Michigan already have U.S. manufacturing facilities. They based their internal combustion engine entry on the Ford Transit cargo van. So this is the other company, as you can see on their site, Power Global Progress. So this is the company. We build some of the industry's toughest specialty truck and access equipment, and while machines are our business is so much more than machines. It's about building, protecting, and serving communities across the world. So they're trying to help and serve the US community by building the fleets for the USPS. So that is kind of their goal. As you can see over here, there's also like they build military equipments and things like that based on the article. So out of all these four companies that we talked about, Workhorse is what gives an edge for Workhorse is that it's a zero emission vehicles and electric trucks. So that is really fantastic. And California actually filed an executive order to kind of skew that specific edge to Workhorse. So California said they want zero emissions. They filed an executive order, and they want their fleets, the cars to be by 2045. They want, zero emissions to help protect with the environment. So that is really, really fantastic for Workhorse, because Workhorse is the only company that actually has zero emissions when you look at the list of the other bidding companies. The other ones are hybrid, and Workhorse is the one that is really, really solid in the position. So that is really fantastic. Another positive things with Workhorse company is, if you guys know, there's a very, very famous called Wkhs. So they basically focus on innovative technologies. They focus on investing in companies that they see has a really good potential. So this company has been killing it with Tesla. As you can see over here, this is one of their ETFs that they're holding. It's called the ARK Innovation ETF. So they hold Tesla stock. That is the number one position. And when it goes above 10%, they take in their profits, but they keep crushing it. So they actually have a really solid big price target for Tesla stock for 2024. But these are all the holdings that you can see over here. This is one of the ETFs. And when you look at the other ETFs that they have, which is called the ARK Autonomous Technology and Robotics ETF, which is going to be ticker symbol ARKA. This is going to be their holdings. It's updated in July 17th, which is basically yesterday. You can see that they have Workhorse, that they're holding 190,312 shares of this company, and the average weight of their portfolio is 0.7% of their portfolio that they're holding is Workhorse. So that is really, really good. So they see that there's a potential for this company. It's innovative and autonomous technology. So that is really, really fantastic to see that this is involved in this ETF. So they've been crushing it a lot. So you guys can go invest in this company if you want. This is really solid if you're interested in investing in this electric vehicle, disruptive technology in the future. So now let's look at exactly the technical analysis, to figure out if it's a really solid opportunity to get involved in this specific company. So we talked about this company, that there's a downgrade that kind of happened, and that kind of sold off the stock a few days ago. And we talked about there's going to be potential downgrade. You can check out that video of these companies when they over exceed. A downgrade happened to NEO stock too yesterday, so the stock went down 14%. So we'll see exactly what's going to happen. So the price target really got skewed, even though there's a potential $6 billion contract that this company can possibly win. So an analyst came out and downgraded it. So I covered it on another video too. You guys can go check out that video. But when you can see, the stock is basically consolidating at $14, between $14 and $15 area. So this is a good place to look at to get involved in it if you believe in the company, that there is a potential for it to go to the upside, because we are actually right at the spot where you can risk off of, which is around, you can risk off of $14 area for potential for this stock to spike up to $20 or even above that in the short term, if there's a positive news that can come out of the deal with USPS. And also, if you believe that the company is not going to get the deal, it's going to crash to the downside. So that is one of the downsides. So this is either it's going to make it or break it kind of situation. So it's right at the support area that it has. And if bad news can come out, we can expect the stock to go down to the area that it kind of broke out over here, which is $10, So be super careful. But if you believe that they're going to get the deal, a lot of the things are kind of skewed towards Workhorse kind of getting the majority of the the money to create the fleets or to manufacture the fleets. So that is one of the things that you need to pay attention to. So just keep an eye on this stock, guys. So just do more research on it and be super careful on the specific company, guys. And also another important thing you want to see, we talked about on yesterday's video, is there are going to be shorts. There's a lot of shorts holding this company. 33% of the shares of this company is held by short sellers. So what that means is they are betting that the company is going to go to the downside. So really, when these kind of disruptive technologies, like let's say for example Tesla stock too, used to have a lot of short sellers because they did not believe in autonomous or automatic driving and things like that, electric vehicles. So it attracts a lot of short sellers. So this could potentially be also, if the stock starts to go up, it could potentially provide an opportunity for short squeeze. What that basically means, if you watch yesterday's video, that these companies or these hedge funds or these institutions, when they short, they actually have to buy back the shares to cover. So if the stock eventually goes up a lot, they have to buy it back, to cover their short position. So that can potentially even drive up the stock to go to the upside, So that is one of the things they need to look for too. But, currently there's 33% of the shares of the 55.58 million shares is held in a short position. So we also have institutional ownership of these hedge funds and banks, things like that, own this company. 23% of it, and 4.3% owned by insiders. So that's good. That is good to know, guys. So be aware of this. There's going to be potential for this company coming soon, guys. So now let's move on to the penny stock. You guys had a lot of questions about Ayro. If there's a potential for this company for the future, and if it's a buy. You guys really ask a lot of questions, and I also would want you guys to know that this is a potential for, if you buy and hold it, you have to buy and hold it for a while. So this company really does not have any positive news that can potentially move it to the upside in the short term. It's not involved with a USPS $6 billion deal. This is just one of those stocks you have to buy and hold for the future, because a lot of people, in the future, eventually all of us is going to transition into electric vehicles. So you can definitely have an opportunity to get involved in it right now while it's really, really cheap right now, and it's only at $4.40. It's basically below $5. It's a penny stock, so you can accumulate the shares, expecting for the future there's going to be transition into electric technology, electric vehicles. That is a great thing to do. So as you can see over here, the stock is basically on a range over here between $2 and $7. When I was talking about it in the previous video, you guys can go check out the detailed video I made. It was around over here $5, and it went to eventually a high of like $8, and it sold off back up again to $4. So if you believe, but electric vehicles is basically one of these technologies that's really, really going to be used in the future. You can start buying these shares, and eventually there's going to be positive news that can come out, or this company is going to get involved with a huge contract, just like how Workhorse is going to get, because this company is just basically provides tools for universities, campuses. They have like small vehicles that they build that they can be used for that specific reason. So if they can get a huge deal, that is really fantastic for this company to kind of spike up to the upside. But this is really just a buy and hold company. You can just buy it and hold this company for a while if you believe that there's going to be a fantastic opportunity for the future, guys. So you can definitely risk off of the $2 area, because that is basically where the majority of the support is right now. So if it dips to the $2 area to $3, just keep buying, accumulate it, anticipating that in the future there's going to be solid news that can come out. And that is what I see of this specific company, guys. So in the short term, there's no deals, anything that coming up that can potentially affect the stock market for this stock to go to the upside. But you can just expect in the future there's going to be positive things that can come along this stock's way, guys. So hope you enjoyed this video, guys. If you have any questions, make sure you drop in the comment section below. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. If you have, I'll catch you guys on tomorrow's video, guys. Have a wonderful day.